And that's how I got to work with Iman. And the first time I actually got to meet him was at the marathon. And I ended up being the guy that he talks about on the one video. He says like this one guy got into the car and then got back out again, whatever. Like that's my moment.
Yeah.
Because I decided to like not quit, but I was done for. My leg spasmed at 12.5K and I got 42 to run. Got back and I walked the rest of the way, got in the car. Tristan's like, are you done? I'm like, yeah, I'll let the guys know. So he messages him on, obviously he storms out. And I'm going, no chance, brother. The rest of the boys are coming back from Seikabosi and they're hurting. And Yentel's going to run by herself now because I'm not with her.
Yeah.
I can't let that happen. Like, I got to show them what I'm worth. Fuck the legs, bro. Get out and go run. Ended up walking the rest of the way. And then we had about 10 or 12 Ks left. He'd already finished. He came back to fetch us.
Who's this now?
Iman.
Right.
And so he ran with us, and every single time I try to slow down and stop, he'd put his hand on my back and go, come, but let's just a little bit more. It's just calf, relax, just run, take it easy. Yeah, amazing. And then we would walk a little bit, and then we started talking about the future of the company, and we started talking about all the different things like Big Day, and we had a nice chance to catch up. And we finished the race, we had our chance, and then we ended up going out that night to arcade. And I remember not being able to take a sip of alcohol. My body just didn't want to do anything.
After the marathon,
yeah. And we had a jaw, and we were there with everyone. Arthur was there, some of the guys from Europe came down as well. And we had an awesome time. And he came to greet Monique, hey, nice to meet you, blah, blah. And so that was kind of that. Life went on, kept working at the company. We did our thing. We had new launches, and I got involved with the Flozy build and all that kind of stuff. And we also launched Digital Launchpad. And then we had a Cape Town meetup with DL. And I was invited to go to meet the guys at the house in Cape Town.
So if you enjoy this conversation and you relate with the health and wealth aspect, and both of these are very important when it comes to scaling a business or just as an entrepreneur in general. Top link in the description if you want a more personalized approach, to scaling a business or in the health aspect as well. And also in the description is access to our free community where we've got 20 hours of content that you can just consume.
100%. If you enjoy this conversation, share it to a friend. Maybe think about subscribing. Put the notifications on. It helps the channel a lot. And by doing so, we can get some more interesting guests like this. So let's get back to the video.
And so this is when I think I made a bit more of an impression on him, was when we were sitting at the table. He's sitting at the head of the table. It's one of the students, myself, Louise, Tristan, Alex was at the end, and then two other students, Sam Kelo and him. And so I'm thinking, like, we're talking about starting a business, we're talking about getting clients. I need to say something. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say nothing. I'm part of the team. And every time I want to say something, somebody interrupts me, and I'm like, fuck, I don't even know, my body won't
That was my
move.
chance.
Yeah, because before he's very chilled. And before we were chatting and we were sitting around talking shit and kicking the ball around, me and Louise. And when we got to the dinner table, I was a little bit sweaty already. And the guy asked a question, and then I just went, and I looked at him and he says, cool. He nodded, and he said, it's okay, you can say something. And so I spoke about it, and this is the one thing I said was, when you're reaching out to people that you want to, don't send them a direct DM, wait for their story to come on, and then respond to their story, because they'll most probably see that more. But if you want to know when they do a story, just turn on post notifications of the top 5 people you want to build a relationship with or whatever. And he was like, that's actually pretty smart. And I was like, cool, lekker. There you go. Foundation sorted. I just kept working hard. Then we became part of the product team, and we ran the Digital Sovereignty event, and that's when I worked with Flozy, and I managed the build out of that. And he was pretty happy with the way that was being run. That's when my relationship with Pierre started becoming better. And then we got to meet again at Andries's wedding. We saw each other again, and that was after I left. So no bad blood, no issues, nothing. Like, in fact, it was actually pretty sweet how I heard the guys were arriving, and I went out to the door, and he had walked towards the house and turned back towards the car, and I opened the door, and we kind of locked eyes, and he's like, oh, there he is, and we kind of ran and embraced each other weirdly. But it's lekker,
Wow.
And I think it's one of the reasons why I say maybe some guys need to go and work for a company to learn the basics first.
Oh, that's massive.
While they are starting out.
I think that's so big, right? It's like, because that is inevitable. That is to a large degree part of that is your mentorship now, right?
Yeah.
You're just getting paid to learn. Because you're in this business, like if you have the opportunity to work with someone great, to see to actually get perspective. Like if you're starting a business from scratch, you have no idea what to compare it with. Now you need to pay for mentorship to see what's possible, right? But if you're working for someone like Iman or in any big business, right, then you see how do they do the ops, how do they speak with the team, how strict are they with feedback, like how does the meetings work, and then you get to compare. So when you then start the business, then you have something to compare it with, and then like where you sort of start or how you keep yourself, I should say, like not accountable, like but like the quality of work you want to put out is going to be so much higher.
Yeah, standard.
Being like in the Slack channel, just seeing all the wins coming through.
Yeah.
I learned so much more, or like the value of that is so much more than the money I was making.
Yes.
Without a doubt.
Oh,
and at the time I didn't realize it, but also at that time I felt richest ever. Going from like $0 to a couple $1,000s, like that was just, especially in South Africa, game changer.
Oh, dude, that immediately, it was like we were living with mom-in-law, and I said to Monique, cool, we're out. We're going to find a spot to live. And she said, I'm not paying a cent. That's your responsibility. I said, cool, and she was right. And so we managed to find a place, and that's been my responsibility ever since, is to look after the family, and they gave me that start. Like I said, I'd never worked as hard in my life, and I will do it again and again and again and again. And for people out there who don't know what he's like he was on calls with us morning, afternoon, night. Early, late, whenever, Saturdays, Sundays, he was there. When we got to a point where, we'd be on WhatsApp and stuff like that, you'd see how he would think, and like how he would pop a YouTube video in, or he'd pop a document in, or he'd pop an idea in, and go, what do you guys think?
Is he different? Like
he's normal. Like he works harder than everybody else. That's like he made a post the other day about how restless he is. I think you feel the restlessness. I think you feel the restlessness, and a lot of the guys that follow you guys feel the restlessness. And they need to pay attention to that, because that means that I don't want to say that you're the chosen one or one of the chosen ones, but that means that you're meant for more. You need to figure out what that is and then just share that with everybody else.
So when working with Iman, it was actually pretty funny. I hopped on a call with Emmanuel. I think I was doing some sales, and I actually got left there. I was just kicked out or whatever, fired, whatever you want to call it.
Fired.
Yeah. And then Emmanuel hopped on a call afterwards, and he's like, yo, Andre's such a G, and he posted on the everyday chat. And then Tristan's like, yo, he's not on the team anymore. Like, oh goodness. He was like, Emmanuel, I felt very bad at that moment. But that was like a pivotal moment for me as well. It's like, you've got pretty comfortable, living good. Like I said, the richest I've ever felt. Obviously I wanted more. I invested in mentorship courses with that money, but all around pretty comfortable. And then when I got kicked out there, it was almost like getting kicked out of your nest.
Yes.
Now you have to fly. It's like what you also mentioned like an hour ago, burning the boats back against the wall. I feel like that's when you can really it's like spark your potential.
And it's not that scary when you think about burning the boats, because another way to think about it is, let's say you burn the boats and you end up not making it to land and you're drowning. If you keep trying to paddle up to get air, you're just exhausting yourself, where you can just go down to the bottom and push yourself back up. What more do you have to lose at the end of the day? And there's so much information out there, and investing in different people, even if it's your last bit of money or whatever, is the right next step.
Because you're not going to save your way, especially if you're early 20s watching this. You're not going to save if you've got maybe $1,000 in your bank account, or even less, $500. It's like you're not going to save your way to $1 million. You need to invest all of that money into coaching, mentorship, trying to gain skills to then increase your income potential.